I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't even matter whether you like me, like my YouTube videos, whether you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you're dark-skinned or light-skinned, whether you give me constructive criticism or whether you give me positive or negative comments. None of that matters. I still greet all you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. I just like to reinform everybody, especially those that is not satisfied with the things that I'm saying or doing. When it get to the point that you say all I do is talk, or want or seeking attention, or suggest that I move if I don't like what the situation is here, let me tell you this. If you're being forced to watch my YouTube video is Raymond Ivy YouTube video channel. If you're being forced to do it, call your local law enforcement officials. If they're not doing nothing, call the state highway patrol in your area. They're not doing nothing, call the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You know, let them know that you're being forced to watch my YouTube videos against your will. That's against the law. And if you watching it and ain't nobody forcing you to watch it, let me tell you firsthand that you are wasting your breath when you send letters to my mailbox saying that you are friends of the outfit. If you're not friends of God, I have no fear of you. That's the only thing. That's the only source that I fear is God. I don't fear man. Whether they the outfit, infit, side fit, upside down fit, it don't make no difference. I only fear God. I hope you get an understanding. If you don't understand that, maybe I'll get my daughters and them to say it in Spanish for you. But anyway, today happened to be Friday, April the 24th, 2020, time of change, time of the visions, time for people to wake up, time for people that don't believe in God, start reading His word, and you will see some guidance that'll help you even through this, what they call coronavirus. We had the Ebola virus. My grandmother and 3 of my aunties that I never seen before, my dad's biological mother and 3 of her daughters died before I was born of tuberculosis. So they had tuberculosis back there in the 20s and the 30s, maybe a little later than that too. They had the polio, they had all type of things, but anything that's on this earth, you see, God can stop it when He get ready. He has that power. Even though I have that water on and I done paid my water bill, if God tell that water to cease coming out of that water hose, no matter if I did pay my bill, no matter if I don't have any holes in my pipes, no matter if I do have that faucet turned on, God can make it stop. Take my word for it. God made me stop acting ignorant some years ago in the 1970s. He's still working with me. He showed me that I don't need to pull a gun every time I'm being threatened. There was times that I thought that was what is needed. But let me show you the power that God got that man cannot stop. You see, that's the east. That's where the sun rises this morning. the sun rise from the east. You see where it was this morning, it was here. That's the east. You see how it's rotating. I don't want to blind myself looking, but it's working its way where it's going to end up setting probably tonight about 7 something tonight. It's going to set in the west. That's what the sun do. The moon and the stars follow the same pattern. You see, God had a lot of the prophets in his followers when he was giving them directions, told them to follow the stars, the sun and the moon, and you will know the directions that you're going in. Hey, how you doing? Oh, blessed by the best as usual. You have a nice, blessed day. Thank you. The reason why I said that is because God give everybody down here on earth an assignment, a mission. He gave, he gave me a mission when I first came down here. I didn't even want to be here, but it was helping the elderly people. And some of the elder people who has passed away, some of their family members remember when I was there when they couldn't be there. I did that for no charge. Some of the people here, when I started helping children and other people that was in need, some of them remember and some don't. You see, God had me on a mission going to Chicago, bringing people down here. You see, but he instructed them not to look back. Some of them look back. You see, some almost even persuaded me to look back because I wanted to keep going back to get them. But God told me to read the story of Lot when I think about looking back. You see, I don't want to be the one who looked it back in the story dealing with Lot. He also showed me, you and I thought that people had my mind in captivity or my body in captivity. He said, look at the story of Moses. Hey, now, look at the story of Moses. You see, I'd rather be in Moses and not Pharaoh, and not even some of the individuals that Moses was instructed to go tell Pharaoh to let his people go. Some of them, when they did let them go and they was free, just like some of the people I helped, when they was free from all that evil, God gave them instruction, leave all that material things alone. But what did they do in the case of Moses? They got to making the gold out of gods, which they supposed to left all that alone. My reason for telling you this here, you know, I'm human and I do make mistakes. And I pray that my enemies don't get me to the point that I may look back to my old ways and I lose my soul for not letting God take care of my enemies like he been doing. You see, I had plenty of enemies here in Southeast Missouri, Charleston, Missouri to be exact. And I want everybody I want to make this point real straight. I do not advocate violence, nor do I encourage hate. And I am not, and I'll say it 3 times, I am not a racist. You see, I done experienced firsthand, when you experience firsthand racism with yourself and your children's, it'll anger you. But God said it's okay to get angry, but don't sin in your anger. You see, I haven't hurt anybody. I done let a lot of people go when they discriminated against me and my family. You see what I'm saying? I done let them go, but then, you know, sometimes you have to set an example by putting paperwork on it. You see, this doctor that misdiagnosed my daughter on April the 9th, 2020. Hey, how you doing?
This doctor, all he had to do when my daughter came to him 4 times since February, 2 or 3 of them being short in their breath, and all 4 of them having somewhat symptoms of this coronavirus. Just take a test, an x-ray. If you didn't want to take an x-ray, take a swab. If you didn't want to take a swab, take a urine test. If you didn't want to take a urine test, take a blood test. But he didn't do neither one of them. He's been a physician since their birth. One would be 15 and the other one would be 14 in a few months. But I had to make a decision to change doctors. And when I did change doctors, this doctor is on the case. She's still not satisfied with some of the results of a recent x-ray that was taken. So she planned on for another one next week. And if that's not right, an MRI. She want to make sure my daughter's is all right. Then when she found out the history of what they've been through down here, she said if we need the help, that she would get a psychologist, because they seen one for about 8 years, who moved on and went somewhere else. She would be there to support us. This is something this other doctor never did. I'm not discounting him, but I thank God that my daughter's found a young, gifted doctor who is willing to make sure my daughter is all right. And to all of my enemies, I'm gonna let you know now, you wasting your time. I'm gonna tell you how much you wasting your time to try to stop me from exposing wrong and telling people what me and my children went through, and it encouraged other people, even though I didn't do nothing, but I told people that if they came on my property, what I would do. Some people ain't gonna get no warrant. I know people on this street and the other streets said when these people come down the street, hey, how y'all doing? When the children is out here playing on the streets in our neighborhood, and other people that don't live over here come down the streets going 40, 50, and 60 miles an hour, some people said they ain't gonna give them no warning before destruction. If they hit one of their children, they gonna chase them down and kill them. But I puts on mine, why don't y'all slow down? You see what I'm saying? If your parents or your children live on another street, you wouldn't want me to get in my Suburban or my Crown Vic and your children's out there trying to play on their bikes, their scooters. You see what I'm saying? Their hoverboards, or just play in the streets, jump rope. You wouldn't want me to come speeding down there. You wouldn't want me to come by your house if you had 2 daughters standing in front of your house with my pants hanging down to my knees, showing my dirty drawers. You wouldn't want me doing that. You wouldn't want me standing by your house smoking weed, drinking, or doing none of that. So don't do it by mine. That's why I give you warning before destruction. It angers me when you do this here. It shows that you have lack of respect. You see what I'm saying? For other human beings. But you see, I'm praying that you don't hit my children. I appreciate all of y'all that talk to some of y'all buddies that comes down here the way they do. And I'm gonna show you 2 of my enemies that used to come out here, taunt me, not at each other. You see, God told you to make him your footstool. One of them, he go around trying to act like he a preacher, but he's selling poison to our neighborhood. He going around here disrespecting other people. They going around here breaking up other people's homes, messing with other people's wives, and they got wives at home. They causing people that fear God to want to pick up guns and kill them. But I pray to y'all, don't kill them. If your wife want to mess with them, or if your husband want to mess with one of these females, let them do it. Be like Lot. Keep on going and don't look back. Peace be still.